Brendan asks, I'm biking across Canada for Pencils of Promise and documenting my daily videos on YouTube. What other jabs could I use so that I'm not just right hooking for donations?
Hey Brendan, as a proud board member of Pencils of Promise, I want to thank you personally for your adventures. The jab, content-wise, obviously, even this little question had a great content, beautiful views. India was really taken aback. Let's just show India being taken aback. Wow. And so, that was amazing. The jab that I'm looking for from you is you're in the mindset of, you didn't take this biking adventure for kicks and giggles. Obviously, the charity component is in you, but it's not the only thing. People always do things that are selfish to them at some level. So you want to create video content and document it. Maybe you're a documentary thing. You're using this great thing you're doing as a global jab to maybe bring you awareness to an opportunity in the future. I want you to take a step back because I think you're gonna do all the jabbing right? Put out good content on Instagram and Snapchat and Facebook and different native, the book, Jab, Right Hook, respect the platforms, put out good content. The one thing that I think is missing from a lot of people's repertoires when they're in this world is the listening, the bionic ears of what Twitter search is. If I were you, the other jab you can do at scale is to go into Twitter search and search people who are talking about Pencils of Promise and then jumping into their conversation and not jumping in and saying, cool that you raised money, like, oh, I raised $48 for Pencils of Promise in my school book fair, fourth grader tweets, right? Or the mom of the fourth grader. You don't jump in and say, cool, I'm doing this, watch this. That's too much of a right hook. You jab within the listening. Oh, I like that. You jab within the listening. And so what you do is you jump in there and say, that is phenomenal. And just by you interacting with that person, right, they're gonna maybe look at your profile and then they'll see your latest 3 or 4 tweets were around this content, and now you've really double jabbed into the funnel of that donation, right? You jabbed within the listening, you jabbed with the content, that became the gateway to the donation or whatever you're trying to achieve, the awareness. So a shitload more Twitter searching, I think, would be a tremendous opportunity. As a matter of fact, this is an enormous opportunity to do a humble brag. So D-Rock, you're gonna have to do some editing for this episode because I want you to really take over the screen and maybe use some music, maybe non-hip hop music. And so what you can do is take over the screen for 10 or 11 seconds because I want people to really, really absorb this very proud moment of mine, which is some data has just come out of who has spoken in the social sphere to the most individual people, and you can see I'm an enormously proud papa of my execution of being #1. And Steve, I don't know if you saw, let's show Steve and his reaction to this. Not only was I #1,
We're double #2.
I mean, it was like, Indy, you saw the data, right? Like dismantled. I think, as a matter of fact, #2, 3, and 4 combined probably get close to my number. I'm very proud of this, and I think it speaks to the advice I'm giving you here. So it was fun to answer your question, but it was maybe even more fun to humble brag that I'm #1 in actually talking to people, and that's why there's ROI.